I hope you like short RAM, because this thing is fat. Good afternoon and welcome to Turbo Tortoise Tech. If you're new here, I'm Reese of the 4-piece warranty Wooks Triple XL. And I have the AK 620 digital on deck this week. Well, actually last week, and then I got horrifically sick, and now I'm back, sort of. So I apologize for the bit of grouchy tone of my voice. I'm still coming out of the other end of it. But we are alive enough, and the oxygen has finally reached the top floor. And these things had me really, really excited. I can't tell you. Deepcool's digital series is just nerdy in just the right way, okay, with these little screens and stuff on top, and I just love it. All right, and what's extra nice about it is, like this one, there's quite a lot of inherent value in it, like more than I was expecting. I always knew surface area kind of results to better cooling. I mean, it's a 1 + 1 = 2. It's just a formulation of physics, really. The more surface area you have that you can keep cool, the better your cooling performance is going to be. That's as simple as it is. That's why 360 mm radiators are better than 240 mm radiators, just because there's more surface area. It's not because the pumps are better or whatever the case is. It's just more surface area, and this is exactly the same idea. So it's two stacks of their AK400s that are now back to back like that, with a double fan to push through, so that they can be basically the same air pressure per surface area effectively. And the FK120 fans are genuinely some of the best, with some of the lowest noise you're gonna find. So let's go through what's in the box. Well, you obviously get a flippin' massive cooler with its big removable LCD screen panel on top. It's just magnetically attached over there. You get two of their FK120 fans with full rubberizing in each of the corners once again. You get a really nice long screwdriver as well with this kit, so that you can reach down into those areas if you don't have one yourself. It's long enough that it sits over the top of the cooler when you are busy doing installation. The rest of the stuff is exactly what I would expect. All of the fittings and finishes are very Deepcool. This series, however, is quite different to the AK400 in how it mounts. It has got a double bracket type system. So you've got a bracket from behind, another bracket on top on either end, and then you can see that cross point attachment style that it's got over there. It's similar to the AK400, but it's implemented slightly differently. The reason they had to change it is because of all the heat pipes that are coming out into those fin stacks, which is what ultimately spreads the heat the best. Unlike the AK400 though, these are not direct contact. They do have another plate in between it, but it's all copper. So that is pretty much the best bang for buck surface that you can generally use. Generally, the softer and higher quality the metal, the better its transferring properties. That's why gold is used for all of the connections, because its electrical and thermal conductivity is just superior. Overall, I'd have to give installation a solid 9 out of 10. It was pretty easy. I didn't feel like I needed another set of hands on deck, so they did a good job with that. And it does give you the option to orientate it basically in either direction. I chose that direction because my RAM's a little bit tall. The ADATA XPG has very, very big heat sinks on it, so I was literally forced to orientate it the other way, or the fan would have been sitting considerably higher than the fin stack, and then I'm going to just lose performance and not get good data, which is something that this thing ultimately did produce. If we just look at the fan noise first, as I said, at 50%, it is whisper quiet. It's sub 40 decibels at 50%, which is just disgusting. 75%, it does kick up over to about 42 if I remember correctly, and then at 100% it's still sub 50. So comparatively to a lot of the cooling kits that I work with, I like 50 dB for rendering loads is, you know, is average. It's not going to sound like a pool pump next to you on the desk, and this does it with absolute maxed out fans doing 2000 RPM on each. So yeah, FK120s are very, very good. I very much like these fans from Deepcool. And the performance will speak for itself. If we compare it versus the AK400, on a 50% fan curve is 50% fan curve, you are going to notice considerable gains over there. But now if I move that over to comparison versus our H100, which was tested on a cooler day, it was actually better than, almost the same as that as well, with those normalized fan curves. But now if you take it to 100%, it absolutely destroys the Corsair H100. And this is 1,600 Rand. It's actually quite a lot cheaper than the H100. That's about a 2,000 Rand water cooling kit, and that's generally sort of what you're going to pay. There are water coolers in this bracket that are going to give you kind of similar performance, But that's absolutely fantastic that you get an air cooler that gives you that kind of performance. Because the big plus with this is, yeah, it only comes with a 3-year warranty, sure, but there's not a lot of moving parts. The value in air coolers is not really in their moving parts. There's no pump that can break. Your fin stack is never going to break unless you physically hit it with a hammer or do something quite extreme to it, is it? No, it's going to be there for the rest of your life pretty much. The digital screen and readout is probably going to have a very good lifetime as well, because it's sitting at the coolest point, which is going to be the very top of that fin stack as well. And if you've got FK120 fans on there or something of similar quality to these, then the performance, it speaks for itself. The fin stack is doing an incredibly good job of wicking the heat away and, well, being a CPU cooler. So what do I think of the AK400 digital? It's actually kind of too cheap. It actually, I think, should be slightly more expensive because of the digital screen on top. If you were looking at a normal AK620 just for value, because you just wanted really good cooling, it'll probably be very similar to this, as long as it comes with these good FK120 fans. The Deepcool FK120 fans are some of the best that I've used in recent memory, and it's why I consistently recommend it to people who come to me for builds and are looking for good value. Deepcool is pretty much my favorite in the category right now. There are going to be premium air coolers that are better, but for this amount of money, color me doubtful. Anywho, that is all I have for you on the AK620 digital. If you have enjoyed this review, please do hit us up with a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side.